Oh, come on. Every day I gotta fix the damn. There we go. Morning, Spoon. A little bit loud there. Let's turn that down. Anyway, good morning, everybody. I'm OmniRussell. Welcome back to RimWorld. Currently on sale in the summer sale, 10% off. But we got more important things to talk about, and that is the fact there's a new update. RimWorld Ideology. So excited. I didn't even know this. Well, I had an idea. I had an idea this was coming out. I've seen rumors. But I hadn't actually heard exactly what it is until yesterday when they released the patch notes for it. And today, I'm going to do a, it's Monday, so it's therapy day. I'm going to go through a short video talking about what is upcoming in the new expansion. We're going to read through these things, we're going to talk about different things, and I am also going to point out some things that I see that aren't actually talked about in the text here. So, announcing update 1.3 in the ideology system. Hello everyone, I'm Tia, an insect lover and spelopede sympathizer. Gross. Okay, soon they'll be releasing 1.3 with a variety of improvements, including animal fences, breach raids, beards, many quality of life improvements. You can already play it. And as Spoon was telling me, apparently 95% of the mods already work. They actually made this whole mod pack with modders in mind, which is amazing. You can already access it by going to your RimWorld on your list here, right-clicking, hitting Properties, going to Betas, and hitting a 1.3 preview beta, which I have yet to do yet. So I'm going to start updating that right now. We work to ensure easy mod updating. Wow, I'm already messing up. We work to ensure mod updating will be easy as possible. Modders who tested the update process said it was quite easy. Some reporting 0 changes required. I have this actually shown by the makers of Vanilla Expanded and the Vanilla Expanded framework. They've showed what has been updated, but they're saying that it is easier than ever expected, but it is going to take time. But Oscar has said that it's extraordinarily easy to update to this, and since they have the most complicated mod pack out there, that's good to know. 15 months of improvements in 1.3, so it's a very big one. There's new pens and fence systems for animals. Animals are more productive, with more focus roles. Some of them need to be kept in fenced areas, fenced pens led around by trusty farmers. It gives the colony a more ranchy look and feel, as opposed to just having random cows always wandering through bedrooms or staying in pens via mind control, i.e. areas that they're kept into. You've also got egg boxes, new straw matting terrain typed to build true-looking farms that actually work, which is pretty cool. So as I go along, I'm going to pull up the screenshots that they have, and I'm going to show what, and I'm going to point out what I see that's new. So of course, there's the egg boxes. There are the fences. You can see our farmers leading the horses around by leads, which is pretty damn cool. The fences do have gates. Also, you can see down here, gibbet cage. We're in a miscellaneous right now. So gibbet cage, light ball, loudspeaker, reliquary, styling station, skull spike drum. Like, there's a lot of new stuff to look forward to, and I just tried to zoom down so I could look at things. The animal beds are actually kept to like named animals now, which is very new and very cool. And the eggs, I wonder if the oh, there's a sign there. I wonder if eggs are actually like kept preserved in the egg box until somebody picks them up. That'd be cool. There are also search bars all over the interface now, something that I've been asking for years. search bars so you can find items, you can find updates, you can find research stuff. Like, I've wanted it for years. You can type in text on the architect menu, stats, dialogue, research menu, stockpile filter, and everywhere else to jump directly to what you want. No more hunting through lists, even with lists of modded items, which is amazing. The faction goodwill system has been reworked, so neighbors keep a record of what you've done and why they feel the way they do about you. They will never forget. You'll have a better idea of why exactly they want to destroy or reward you. So instead of going, what the hell did I do? You can say, oh yeah, I captured that one guy that one time. So this look is negative 30. Negative 130. That's crazy. But like hostile faction reputation is negative 80, whereas goodwill is negative 130. Which I'm assuming has a lot to do with like killing the enemies, killing their raids and whatnot. Nothing much new in this one. There's just defenses. That's really about it. Not even anything new down here. Yeah, that's it. This is a horrible bedroom. It's horrible. Want to see all the updates? I'm working on it. I'm working through them slowly. Enemies will now use a style of breach raids to get through your defenses. They'll bring special wall-breaking tools and tunnel into the side of your base instead of using the main entrance. Tribals do this with a new breach axe, while pirates use grenades. Mechanoids use a new mechanoid type called the termite. This new strategy option, it's just sappers. I don't get that. I thought we were getting search bars. Yeah, they talked about search bars. They just don't have a screenshot for it. But yeah, they're search bars. I don't get this one. It's just sappers. This new strategy option for the AI adds more variation and dynamism. Yeah, that's a word. To the defensive combats. Fighting through bedrooms is very exciting. Making the AI analyze bases, find good breach parts, and follow them effectively was an interesting and novel problem. So apparently this is like sappers, but will be different somehow, but they're not showing how it's different. Of course, all the old raid strategies will exist, and the breach raids only show up from time to time to add variation. So this is showing, you know, the attacks coming in. You can see the breach axe right there. They're fighting through bedrooms right now, and a kitchen. This is the weirdest kitchen I've ever seen. There might be a difference when you play. That's what I'm expecting. It's got to be different if they mention it like that. So you can see several people with breach axes. So, ooh. Oh. They breached through several parts of the base. Oh. So, some new things to point out here. Just the breach axe. Yeah, that's about all I could really see. I mean, off the cuff. Except for, of course, the most important thing, they can carry medicine. Now, this is important because it means that you can administer to people while out in the field, or you can administer to people who have like gut worms or something like that when they're out. But more importantly, it might mean that you can assign them what they carry along with them at any given time. If this is true, that's exciting because you could stop them carrying meals for no goddamn reason. Let's see. Drag move formations allow you to order your fighters to arrange themselves in a line using a single mouse command. This is very exciting. It basically, you can see this right here. You basically grab them and then like drag your mouse movement down, and they will actually like move in formation or arrive in formation. It's very cool. You can order a fighter to pick up a downed person, then carry them wherever you wish instead of just rescue to go to a bed. While using the movement controls, no more harrowing and unnecessary rescues directly to bed. So they won't carry them all the way across the world. You can grab a person, carry them back to cover where you have like a sleeping spot set, and have them use their medicine to just administer them really quick there and get them stabilized before you send that doctor back to battle. And your colonists can now carry medicine in inventory, use it directly on the battlefield. So here's the new termite. They look horrifying. Like, I thought when I heard termite, oh, maybe they're going to be small. No, they're bigger. They're a size between the pikemen and centipedes, which is horrifying. And apparently, they do siege damage, which sucks. This colony is dead. You can just tell. Okay, so this looks like the damage from when a termite attack shoots a wall. It's hydroponics there. I'm not seeing anything else new in this screenshot. There's a weird build right here. I have no idea what's up with these electrical cables, but I mean, it's for the purposes of showing it off. So, and also these fences look like they're made of limestone, not wood. These are the first fences we've seen not made of wood, so that's interesting on its own, meaning that you might be able to use stone brick or different types of metal to make fences as well. And beards! What more do I need to say? People have beards and they look beardy and awesome. Characters now render more efficiently. The game prints them onto a texture and render that as one pass. Wonder if you could use dragon's teeth to trick them into attacking them instead of what are dragon's teeth? Dragon's teeth. What? The only dragon's teeth I know are the mythological dragon's teeth, which make skeleton warriors. I don't know what you're talking about, Spoon. The game prints them onto a texture and renders them in one pass instead of rendering each body layer separately on their frame. This will actually save a lot on frame rate. We punched up their look with visible wounds, bandages, and body modifications so you can really see when someone, or your pet guinea pig, has taken some hits. We also consulted with modders, collected their requests, and made a bunch of technical changes to make modding easier. There is a full changelog. I will not go through it today because it will take forever. I will skim it for you in just a moment. And next, that rendering would help with frame rate a lot. Like, instead of rendering every single body part individually, it actually creates a texture model of the pawn. And it just saves that, which is amazing. And yeah, you can see like different wound styles now instead of just the one main wound style. They've got like a wound in their eyeball. Okay, Tynan himself, the man. RimWorld has always been about roleplay. For many years, I've seen players create colonies with their own special themes. Minimalist nomads, riding pirates, mad cannibals, drug worshippers. People want to have a sense of authorship of their stories. You've seen me do this a lot. I have to have some kind of storyline when going into the game itself. I've got to have some kind of storyline, some type of scenario that I'm doing. I'm trying to chat to a better spot here so you can all see it easier. There we go. So, going into this screenshot, we can see the speaker box. We can also see there's different types of animal masks. There's the light ball, different type of animal mask there. There's a beard, a different type of animal mask there. More beards. IRL, they are big concrete pillar slabs that control the flow of infantry, tanks, etc. Barricades or single wall beds would be a good analog. Oh, I mean, I don't know. We got new statues. Big old angel, spiky thing, angel thingy. New animals. I don't even know what these are. New lamps. New table. A goose. That is a disco ball. That's exactly what it is. New torch style there. Weird bug thing again with little wings. Little vestigial wings. More, these look like slate fences. This is interesting. This is not a carpet. This is not a flooring. This is a rug. A lot of their art seems more polished. Yeah, a little bit. But this is a rug, which I'm going to go into more later on why that's different. But you can see, like, underneath this, there's more rug here, underneath the table. And yeah, the light ball, which just looks incredible. This is a party room. There are so many speakers. There's these strange diamond style spots that look a lot like the party spots, or the wedding spots, or the trading spots. Also, I have no idea what this thing is. I have no idea what that is. But that might mean this is like people go there to make speeches or something. I don't know. And let's go to this one where we have a lantern festival. That's right. Actual lantern festival. I'm assuming this is going to be a new type of event, not one that you could really trigger. We've got pews here. We've got a looks like an angel with grave markers. New seats. This is the reliquary, and there's something across it, which might mean some kind of sacrifice or offering to the ancestors. 2 new statues there. And I don't know what this is. I have no idea what that is. Or this. Looks like there's... Oh, that's the styling station. I can see that. Also, there's drums around this campfire. Yeah, that's the styling station right there. You can see with the mirrors and the scissors and the brushes. But yeah, there's people with beards and masks, and they're landed off lanterns to commemorate their loved ones, and that's actually really sweet. Yeah, these are definitely seats. You can see them around the campfire. Some drums. There's a lot of opportunity there for different types of parties and entertainment and socialization. I thought, what if we made a system that let players explicitly express all those different ways of life? That's what we spent the last 15 months working on with Ideology. This expansion lets you create a new belief system and act it out in your colony. You could play as tree-worshipping cannibals who carve skulls into every piece of furniture, or blind tunnelers who shun the light, or transhumanists obsessed with perfecting the human form using exotic technology, or be nudists, or drug-stupid mystics, or piratical raiders, or charity-focused givers, or pain-loving animal sacrificers, or dance party techno-ravers, or rustic ranching cowboys, and many, many more. So here we have a really interesting one. You can see these skulls erupting around where it's very obvious somebody is on this, what looks like an altar, sacrificing a person. And there's little skulls going around, meaning that these people are doing a ritual. There's, I can zoom in here. There's like a, what would that be called? Place for a preacher to sit. Also, these guys all have these weird masks on with X's over the eyes. Well, some of them do. But, like, they've got X's over the eyes, which might mean these are, like, death worshippers? No? New types of pillars here. You can see there's a new type of hairstyle there, which... I don't know if that's a hairstyle or something. That's a crown. That's a crown. Maybe it's a pain crown. Because that... I don't know. There's a new statue there. You can see different types of statues here. Here, which looks like a coffin. There's definitely there. The reliquary from the other side, where it looks like there's a golden club on it. New floor types. Lots of new floor types. There's a skull torch. It's the Assassin's Creed fan cult, basically. Like, this is amazing build. This is an amazing build that I'm looking at here. I really wish I could see more. Yeah, this has got to be some kind of pain crown or something. You can see better here on my here. They're using some type of like crown with these X's over the eyes. And this person's got like a golden mask of some kind on as they sacrifice Sherman. Assuming they're sacrifice Sherman. It might be a pain cult. I don't know. You can mix and match different core sorry. I almost forgot the most important one. This actually shows the ideology system and how you can customize it. And that's a lot of customization. I don't even know where to begin with that. I hope it's not ridiculously complicated. You can see precepts. So these people are cannibalism. They're ravenous for cannibalism. Body modification, they find abhorrent. Drug use is prohibited. They ignore comfort. Meat eating mildly required. Pain idealized. Slab bed preferred. Scarification minor. The one thing that I don't like about this is I'm not seeing any options which I've wanted for a long time, which is a moral option where you can go the opposite of savagery. I'm not seeing that anywhere. Instead, it just seems to be encouraging RimWorld's basic weird savagery war crime playstyle, even more, and I don't like that. But there's also over here, you can see Spacer Man Porkism. I never knew anything when I was fat and happy and constantly pleasuring myself. This truth only came to me when I was starved and hurt. Living in a polluted body is no human life at all. Every time I share the body of a foe with a new friend, I make sure they understand this. Flesh purity, pain is a virtue, and cannibal. So you can see that there's different things here. So woken belief, high divinism, manly naturism. I don't like that. Reformed raid Mahayana. Undivided post mimeism. So I'm assuming, so by these names I can kind of infer that these are supposed to be randomized every time you start a game. You should be able to customize your own, but yeah, it looks like you can either customize or use one that is randomly generated by the game itself. So there's architect feudalism, fealtism, not feudalism, intersterile fidelism. Yeah. I don't know what all of it means, but let's go into what we see here. We can see the gibbets. That is a gibbet cage, not a gibbet itself. They've got interesting masks here. All of them have really interesting masks. There's some kind of bench here with skulls on it. I'll bet high divinity and naturism are more morality-based. I hope there's something like that. Since drugs can be banned, you can probably ban organ harvesting, cannibalism, etc. Yeah. There's these either rugs or prayer mats. You can see these people, like, there's a table here, a different type of style of table, where they're butchering people and then laying the food out here. Here's the skulls on spikes. You have a flooring. There's a lot of people in these cages, but the people don't have names, which could potentially mean that these are dead bodies, or that these are prisoners. It's a yes, it's a Yorkie. I was thinking they did the morbid stuff as an example, but there's also other ways to do it. Yeah, I mean, that's what RimWorld people tend to be excited about, but I'm not. There's a different style of table there. Different style of bed here, like a slab bed, which is really interesting. I'd have to have an example of not morbid stuff. People being able to come to you for help. Your people being horrified to the point of leaving or rebelling against your colony because of horrible things you do, like mutilating people and stuff like that. Just stuff that you come down here and you go, just because we can be savage doesn't mean we have to be. You know, that kind of that we don't want to just survive, we want to thrive kind of ideology. I'm really hoping that there's some kind of show towards that, where also other factions will hear rumors about you wearing human clothing or leaving bodies out in a pile to rot, and they'll go tell their friends, and then your faction reputation will go down. I'd love something like that. You can mix and match core elements of your belief system and also customize every individual precept, ritual, special, social role, venerated animal and weapon, culture and style, unique building, tattoo, there's tattoos, clothing, background narrative, god, and beard preference. They did give an example of charted. Yeah, they gave an example of tribes. Like being able to negotiate out of raids and use the cultural victory like in Civ. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he did say that there was charity-driven tribes, but I hope that it's actually, like, it's shown in-game mechanics. And yeah, there is mentioned in here that there's a new victory type. Okay, let's look up here. This is a more idealized, you can see there's, like, tribal totems, kind of holographic here. It could be part of a ritual. These are very much like the skulls that we saw in this ritual. Instead, it's like tribal totems, and you can see different statues of totems here. And also, there's this interesting symbol on the floor, which could be a ritual spot. There's these giant statues here, which could be rugs. Everybody's wearing these strange hoods. There's different, like there's a mask on this person, which I think is just a war mask. There's the braided beard there. New type of floor completely. You can see there's checkered floors here, but like in here, in this area, there's a different type of floor, which I find very, very interesting. And then you've got more tribal totems on the outside here. There's a rug in this room, and you can see that it's a rug because there's no flooring underneath it, and there's a jade statue here. Another one of those strange little animals again. When I was there. And there's what looks to be a crashed car? And these tables are also new. They look like a different design to a table. I don't know whether that is shown by the ideology you claim, and maybe it changes your furniture. Maybe you can choose between. I want to make a female-dominated, machine-worshipping pleasure cult that treats guests to the most lavish and decadent things to have ever things have to offer. That's what I'm hoping I can do. I don't know. But oh wait, there's something else I just saw there. Hold on. I need to point out these plank floors. And then back into a pain cult. I don't know what this is. But you can see tattoos on people here, and they're all running around as nudists. Stars, skulls, stripes. This guy looks like he's got like a skull mask. There's razor wire. I don't know what that is. And one thing I find most interesting. Slave collars. These are prisoners wearing slave collars and wandering about free, which means that there might be a prison labor already put into the game. So that's very interesting. More of the slab beds. And then the ritual thing we saw before is now put in here kind of like a rug. So it might have been a rug the whole time. I don't know. We've got more people in the gibbet cages. That looks like a gold slave collar there on the bottom. I need work to do and I don't want to turn off the stream. I'm sorry. There's a lamp. Yeah, I think that's a lamp because these rooms are lit up. A slave collar there. Another rug here on a different floor. There's a skeleton inside one of these gibbet cages, which might mean that they are, in fact, just dead bodies in those. I don't know. Nice gray rug there. The VOD will be here for later. She doesn't like to watch VODs. And yeah, a crashed car along this highway here. Now, what that means, I don't know. Are there cars in game? I'm gonna guess not. I don't. There's never gonna be cars in game unless there are. And they're for transportation means only. I don't know. That's very exciting. They're probably just there so you can take them apart for steel and stuff. But we will have to see. Ideology makes your story into your story more than ever before. This one's really fascinating. I looked through all these yesterday to make sure that I got a list of everything. This is what has got to be a tech prop sub-persona, something like that, just lying around. It's not a statue, I'm assuming. There's this different floor here. There's lots of new floors. No, it's not. This is a tech prop sub-persona. Maybe that's an AI. I don't know, but look at those new tables. They're like hexagonal. Yes, hexagonal. And then there's these things. They've got a progress bar on them, so they're changing something. Maybe they're healing pods. Maybe they're sleep pods. I don't know. We got these lights here, or they might be a different version of the vitals monitor. I don't know. Part of those almost look like circuit boards. Yeah, like, I don't know what these are, but there's a lot of them. So they could be sleep pods. I don't know, but there's still regular beds down here with some kind of light shining down on the people in them. Which, who knows what that does? I guess we'll find out. This guy's got some strange goggles on. There's wires traveling all to this thing, but this thing is a table. So I don't know. Big spiky statue. Like, this is fascinating. There's some pods up here. And also, these people are underground. Like, what are these? This person's standing in front of it. Is it entertainment? Is it for growing food? I don't know. But there's shimmery lights all over him. Is it a learning pod? Oh, and different styles of doors. Wow. Are those like a different version of, like, auto doors? Are they blast doors? Cryosleep versus sleep pods? Could be. Could very well be. I don't know. We'll find out in the future. Alright, here's another what? Excuse me, don't you give me that. So here's another one. Gladiatorial Arena. Right? These two are fighting. They look like they're in slave collars. Everyone around them is wearing this spiky armor and hats. These two are very clearly fighting with a referee. And there's a progress bar over this thing, which could mean that this is in fact an entertainment spot. And look at all these statues! This is like a Mad Max style thing here, where all these people have like different hairstyles and stuff like that. There's skulls and bones all over the place. There's a muffler into a statue, spike statues, skulls on spikes. There's these strange designs, which could mean different rugs. Like, this is so cool. They're forcing these prisoners to fight for their entertainment. What? Okay, let's look around a little bit more. There's another one of those things, which I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of those. It's a very common thing. Cassowaries and a fence. But, like, that is amazing. Wade is just asleep. Yep. I mean, it's just a prisoner. Like, this person's got a slave collar on. Wade's got a slave collar on. Probably just happy he doesn't have to be in the fight here with Eugene and Two Order. Oh, and a different design of table, too. Another design of table. What does it mean? This comes with a bunch of extra content. There's a whole new quest category that presents a sort of Indiana Jones roguelike type challenge of breaking into ancient structures and facing unknown dangers inside to get the treasure. There's a new adventure style. So we can see up here, there's these wrecks, which I was talking about before. I still can't really identify them, but these look like wrecks of big guns or mortars. These look like ship parts, maybe. But like this thing here means that maybe these are like mechanoid wreck parts. I don't know. There's what looks like to be generators up here. Potatoes looking at this one. I don't know why. Some clothing trash, maybe? And like, there's just a bunch of extra things here. I can't even begin to guess what they are. Like, Hiroshi here is looking at this thing, but he's got this weird green something or other over his face. Is he learning? Is he holding open a door unlocked for people? Because this is supposed to represent one of the adventure things where they're fighting off these bugs. So they could just be decorative items, but they could also mean something. I don't know. Very clearly right here, these people are coming in, and they're trying to raid this place for stuff. However, a lot of it is on fire. You've got barrels here, which could explode when shot. That'd be interesting. All of the mechanoid bodies are in one room, indicating that there might be some kind of culture here with the bugs. Because there's also a bunch of dead bodies in this room that's burning. So maybe they went into this room, and the room caught on fire because of a trap. And the place is just overrun with bugs. Maybe it's like an old colony that got overran, and you're here to try and get as much stuff as you can before you get out. That's why there's so many bugs all over the place. There's whatever these things are. I don't even know these weird, strange pods. They could be decorative, they could not be. But there's a lot of boxes in here, which I'm assuming you take apart. There's what looks like beds, maybe. Much bigger storage shelves. So that's my guess. Is this is supposed to represent an adventure where people are coming into a place. New lamps too, and there's bugs everywhere, and you got to fight past the bugs to get to the treasures. Which I'm assuming that the treasures are these in the back here, something like that. And you got to fight past all of this, and it's a colony that has been taken over by the bugs and destroyed by the bugs, and you're trying to maybe you're gathering their research, and that's what these things are. There's this over here, which is a huge wreck of what looks like a truck. This looks like windshields there. And yeah, there's what do you call these? Dragon's teeth? Very, very clearly dragon's teeth. And then in the next screenshot here, we've got, this is a colony of people, but there's bugs in these rooms, and these bugs are not aggressive, I believe. There's chem fuel around here, and boomalopes here, which assuming that basically assumes that they are being milked for their chem fuel. But the bugs aren't attacking these generators, which might mean that this is a colony that has found a way to tame bugs. There's these lamps here, which are purple, and in this room, you can see that they're farming mushrooms. I was waiting for this after reading, thank you, say she was a bug. Yeah, Like, it's very clearly they're farming mushrooms. Yeah, and their religion appears to be based around bugs. You can see the multiple arms on the colonists there, and they're having some kind of ritual here with a dead body. And you can see the more the holographic, like, hexagonal images showing up as something is being done there. There's a bull. There's another person right there in a statue that's got multiple arms. Another statue here. A gibbet with more dead bodies. Statue there. Maybe they're dirt worshippers who are also, like, taming bugs, which that's super cool. But you can see that they're farming the mushrooms there because they're also eating mushrooms down here and insect meat. They're probably farming the insects. There's a new statue there. And that brings just so much stuff into mind of what we're talking about here. There's looks like a new pillar type. There's just so much stuff. I don't even know what this is. Is that a seat? Is that a flower pot? There are new dryad creatures, which I think these are the strange creatures that I've been pointing out this whole time, who have a symbiotic relationship with special trees and who can be controlled and grown in different castes to do different things. So sort of like a labor caste, a labor animal. There is a space drone hacking and terminal worshipping tribal villages, and the new Arco Nexus ending. I don't know what this means. I don't know what that means. Arco Nexus ending. It could be the civilization ending, a victory condition that y'all were talking about. Who knows? But we've got these strange little things here. I don't know what any of these are, but I'm assuming it's going to take a lot of learning to really learn how they work. They seem to be the trees. Seem to be what they were talking about. But you can see that there's a lot of these little strange little animals wandering about, which I'm assuming these are can be put to labor because that one's hauling. I don't know, but that's fascinating. And it'll be a completely new thing to learn and might replace things like hauling bots and whatnot. And here's almost the same screenshot, different place, but at night, where these people are. I don't think they're cutting down the tree. I think they're like worshipping it or doing a ritual on something like that. You can see the reliquary here again with meditation before it, meaning that it can be used for art meditation. I'm assuming this is a new type of table. And yeah, these are flower pots. These are bonsai pots. Oh, interesting. Bonsai pots. That's really interesting. And it looks like, yeah, maybe these are tribals worshiping a piece of fallen spaceship. But yeah, now we know what those are. Those square things are called bonsai pots. Looky here. This tree is growing a seed pod, which means it could be growing one of those dryad characters. I would have called them nymphs. Personally, I would have called them nymphs, because that makes more sense. The whole thing is super moddable too. Modders tested ideology and said it was quite easy to update in general. This expansion adds a lot of new stuff, but doesn't affect much of the old stuff. Of course, it depends on what your mod is. Nymph makes a lot more sense. I might tweet that to Tynan, but he never listens to me. This is... Whew, look at this thing. Look at all the anima trees and all the Archotech stuff. This has got to be part of the Archotech Nexus ending. Maybe it's another capture and hold victory condition, which is a little disappointing, but you know, it's interesting. Very clearly, this thing is emitting some type of psychic wave. And there's anima trees all over the place. We can fully see one of the cars here now. A lot more of the wreckage. But yeah, this has got to be the Architect Nexus ending. That's a little disappointing. I was hoping for a Civilization, make friends with everybody style ending. But really, that is what the royalty ending is supposed to be. Where with the Empire Ascension, that's what that's supposed to be. So, Okay. There is a discussion on Reddit right now. But instead, we are going to go to the changelog, and I'm going to turn that to night mode for my eyes. Okay, pen system. Pen marker. Build a pen and place a pen marker in an enclosed room fenced off area. Once placed, you can assign a certain set of animals to the pen, and handlers will bring the correct animals over. Pen markers have an auto cut option, which will periodically designate animal plants in the pen to be cut. Oh, interesting. That's good. So if trees grow and your cows can't eat them, they'll be cut down. Build fences to enclosed pens to prevent your animals from escaping. Animals that are assigned to pens cannot pass through fences or barricades. If part of the fence gets destroyed, they'll try to escape. Handlers will use ropes to lead animals from one location to another or out of the pen. Some animals do not roam if they're not contained within a pen. Some of them, okay. Animals that are assigned to a pen are non-aggressive to raiders and vice versa. Oh. Added the animal flap. It is a door that allows animals to pass through while insulating the temperature. Beautiful, beautiful. Added the egg box. Tame egg-laying creatures will lay inside the box, and the eggs can be used for food. Haulers will automatically empty the box when it's full. When it's full, that indicates that they'll be kept fresh until it's full. New floor type straw matting. Filth is produced 95% less on this floor, which makes it useful for barns with messy animals. Since animal filth has been reworked, animals should be kept in barns to prevent unnecessary filth in columns buildings. Auto slaughter system. Player can select species of animals to keep, and the rest will be automatically slaughtered, much like the animal mods by God, he's the same guy who made Blueprints. I'm sorry, I forget your name, dude. Added animal sterilization, so you can actually sterilize animals so they don't breed anymore. And tame animals can be released to the wild, so you can actually banish them. Breach raids. Breach raids will attempt to reach a colony by breaking through walls with unique weapons. Added a new mechanoid type, the termite. It's a medium-sized mechanoid that specializes in burrowing, digging, and breaking through defensive structures. Defenders must decide between eliminating the termite before it digs through the defenses, or waiting for it to emerge. New weapon, Breach Axe. A combined blade and tool head attached to a sturdy haft. While slightly less effective than other weapons against human enemies, so it does less damage to enemies, but it's a siege weapon. That makes sense. Added facial hair for pawns. Type of hair is based on the pawn's background. Added visual wound and prosthetic overlays on... So there's prosthetic overlays. Maybe that's what those X's were in the goggles. Those could have been prosthetics. When multiple pawns are drafted and selected, the player can space them out by dragging the right mouse button. Interesting. New meal type, vegetarian and carnivore fine lavish meals. These are made exclusively of vegetable or meat ingredients. That's awesome. Okay, VFX for research bench, gun mortar recoil, digging graves, chopping trees, sowing plants, harvesting. I don't like that the research bench has a sound now. It doesn't need one. That'll be really... because you never stop researching. All goodwill changes are now multiplied by 1.25 when moving towards natural goodwill. So the higher the more reputation you're getting with a person, the more eager they are to not like you or to like you. Basically, like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, or that was a great thing you did, I knew you were a good person. Goodwill with factions gradually shifts towards factions' natural goodwill. Goodwill with factions is influenced by recent events. These goodwill factors will decay over time. Oh, so they will try to forgive you, but they'll still be angry. That's cool. Guest status with a faction is reset upon gifting a pawn to that faction. You can gift pawns to factions. Raiders no longer actively attack passive colony animals. I don't know why they wouldn't slaughter my cows if they had the chance. That one doesn't make much sense. Animal tab life stage tooltip now also shows the animal's exact age. Wild plants spawned during gameplay start at 50% growth instead of 5%. That's really good. Plants newly sown by players start at 1.01% growth. Plant harvest yield stat above 100% gives a bonus to yield. Oh, that's good. So you can get a good yield anytime you harvest a plant, but if you wait for 100%, you'll get a lot more. Improved non-ideal temperature plant inspect string and prevented it from saying, no, don't you come in here and scream at me. Hold on, the cat's unplugged my cooler and it's getting hot in here. No. There we go. A little hot in here. Prevented it from saying not growing if it is in fact growing very slowly. Okay, that's just a fix. Animals are unwilling to eat plants under 10% growth. That's really good because it would take like one elephant would eat out your entire new rice field and you have to start all over again. Hunger rate reduced by 50% for herbivores. That's realistic. Adult age is reduced by 33%. Gestation days reduced by 33%. This does not include unfertilized egg layers. Reduce toxic fallout buildup by 50%, so animals will live longer in toxic fallout. Grass nutrition reduced from 0.7 to 0.5. So they'll still eat grass, but it does less. Animal filth rate is no longer... Can you actually plant grass to feed your animals, please? Animal filth rate is no longer a virtual stat calculated from body size and petness. Animal filth rate is now a stat defined on animals and human-like filth multiplier. Ooh, that'll be interesting for Dub's bad hygiene. Added an alert which tells the player high filth-producing animals are indoors without straw, matting, floor type. That might be annoying. That might be really annoying. Because that basically means that it's forcing you to use the straw matting to reduce animal filth. Like, what if you're in a mountain or in a place where you can't really get straw flooring because you don't have hay? I don't know. Indoor rooms with non-water flooring can have animal filth or trash shred on them. Yeah. Non-water flooring, so you could put them in the middle of a river and they'll just live there. Rain washes away more filth types. It should wash away all. Increased meat yields by 30%. That's really good. Damaged corpse gives 33% less meat and leather amounts, meaning hunted animals versus butchered animals. Animals can be assigned to animal beds. Those beds can be designated as medical. There's medical animal beds. Yes. Change Boomalope trainability to none. You can't force Boomalopes to attack anymore. Releasing a bonded animal has a negative effect on mood similar to slaughtering. Oh, bonded, yeah. Added a new category to pawn stats, animal productivity. This category contains information pertaining to animal goods. Traders that sell animals try to generate with at least one pair of core farming animals. They will actually come with a breeding pair. Added a challenge mode option for reinforced barrels. These barrels are essential for building and maintaining mortars, but the mortars are more accurate and shells are cheaper to make. Reinforced barrels can be acquired from sieges as quest rewards and purchased from traders. So that's a modification to mortars, which will make them more accurate. You can keep the old 1.2 mortars with a challenge mode option, classic mortars, so players can choose either style as they wish. Every 20 shots, mortars have their barrel changed. Mortars force mischance change from 13 to 10. This reversed with classic mortar storyteller option, so mortars will be more accurate anyway now. Great. It was like I never understood getting like the anti-grain warhead, because you're just going to miss the mortar anyway. Reduce steel cost of all mortar ammo by 10. This is reversed with classic mortar storyteller option. Grenade throws are rendered in an arc. That's cool, though it'll be harder to see where grenades are going to land now. But, I mean, when a grenade is in the air, you can't exactly see where it's going to dodge it anyway. Grenade users are more aware of the grenades they throw and do not run forward into them. But did they not grenade their own people? War Veil renamed to Veil. Okay. Disabled shooting gizmos when a shield belt is equipped. Well, yeah, that was... When a pawn is drafted while eating from inventory, they'll return their food to their inventory, instead of just drop it on the floor. Pawns can take medicine into their inventory. Drafted pawns can tend to others in the field. They will use the medicine to carry any. Reduce building kill leavings from 50% to 25%. Reduce deconstruct leavings from 75 to 50. That sucks. This doesn't affect various special buildings like mech cluster condition clusters. Clusters. Drafted pawns can be ordered to repair buildings. This is separate from the prioritized order. Okay. That's good. On the health tab, hovering over a specific heat diff or group of similar heat diffs provides two tool tips, one for the body part and one for the heat diff. Interesting. Heat diff tooltips are grouped. Heat diffs are now separated from each other. Heat diff stages can override heat diff labels. I'll be honest, I don't know what that means. Pawn group is now proportional to body resource growth speed. For example, underfed. Underfed pawns grow more slowly. Why is there a pawn growth? There's no children. Rooms are no longer considered barracks if all the pawns living in the room are in the same love cluster. What? Love cluster? They totally set up polyfamilies! Meaning they share a spouse or lover with another pawn in the bedroom. They can have polyamorous. You can have a. I could have my dream polyamorous cannibal commune. Oh my god. There's freaking polyamory in the game. Oh my god. There's freaking polyamory in the game, views. That's... wow. You can set up love clusters. There doesn't have to be cheating, but it all depends on the ideology, which is really interesting. Wow. That is hilarious and cool at the same time. Wow. I don't even know what to say about that. Pawn passion generation now applies a random Gaussian offset to how many passions are generated. Number of passion types for every pawn is totally randomized, and then these passions are applied to the pawn's existing highest skills. Older pawns no longer have far more passions than young pawns. That makes sense. They should have higher skills, but not more passions as an older pawn. Change the want to sleep with X thought to sleeping alone. Sharing a bed with any lover or spouse will prevent this. Wait, so they got the... everybody is sad on sleeping alone now? That's... no, that's only if they're in a relationship. If they're sleeping alone, they'll be sad. That also lends itself to the polyamorous thing that we were talking about earlier. Adjusted kind trait description. Pawns now try to allow her to avoid wearing tattered apparel. Thank you. On a pawn's gear tab, equipped utility items, shock lance, jump pack, etc. are listed under other equipment. They are no longer just on the waist. That's good. Assigning pawns to beds updates the room rule, if possible. Drafted pawns can be ordered to carry another down pawn. The pawn can be dropped at command. Guests with all work disabled will no longer opportunistically haul. Recruit difficulty and resistance refactor. Remove concept of resistance change or recruitment effects. Added initial resistance change. I don't know what that means. Pawns with a cannibal trait no longer dislike killing prisoners or harvesting their organs. I always kind of wondered why they did in the first place. They also get a mood buff from wearing human leather apparel and an opinion boost from other cannibals. Oh, that's good, but that also means if a pawn does not have... yeah, non-cannibals dislike those that wear human leather apparel. That makes sense. When it calls a Bloodlust harvesting organ, they receive a Bloodlust organ harvested +4 mood boost lasting 4 days. Oh god, they made Bloodlust even better. Pawns in an aggro mental state no longer start panic fleeing when their group is dying off in combat. But why not? What does aggro mental state mean? I mean berserk? That would make sense. Undergrounders have a new need indoors, which is increased by spending time indoors, especially inside mountains. Cool. Smooth that addiction chances based on the pawn's tolerance. Pawns have individual tolerance now. Good. Prisoner escape chance is multiplied by the number of exits the prisoner has. Makes sense. Escaping prisoners will attack enemies with weapons they pick up, including orbital bombardment targeters, orbital power beam targeters, and tornado generators. Oh my god, that's horrifying. Optimize Caravans automatic food selection. Caravan speed solely depends on carried mass. Can you do something to get rid of the caravan lag, though? Ridden animals. They can ride animals now? Wait a minute, what? Caravans can ride animals now. Terrain movement difficulty. Pawn speed no longer impacts caravan speed. That's good. That also means that if a pawn loses like a leg or something, it won't affect caravan speed, which doesn't make much sense. But maybe it means that they automatically ride what animals they have along with the gear. Some animals, horses, donkeys, dromedaries, can be ridden by caravan members, which boosts caravan speed. So that's just stealing from ride and roll, which is totally cool. Down pawns do not slow caravan downs. But you still need at least one non-down, non-slave to operate the caravan. Okay, that's still cool. Doesn't make much sense, but okay. Refactory incident selection. This is just miscellaneous. Let's just skim this really quick. The system first selects whether to increase colony population, then finds an incident matching the selection. Interesting. What's up, Xeno? Question: the historical time to have a tint to indicate they were completely expired or failed. That's good. Room fog reveals a reveal occurs when a door is approximately 50% open rather than a door when approached. Improve feedback on the work table. This tooltip explains why a pawn is unwilling to do a specific time of work. Okay. Text to describe the resulting links to place linkable buildings, such as bed resters and tables. Yeah, we're just going over the new update, Zeno. Buildings that are not standable, do not have a surface type, have items and pawns moved off their blueprints for construction. Doors, no. Oh, it'll actually, like, tell people to get out of the way when you're trying to construct a building. Doors not owned by the player can be forbidden. Change sandbags and barricades, fill percent from 57 to 55. Build designators. Is that fill or cover? Build designator longer defaults define default if there's none in the type resource. Prevent import ingredient dilution when stacking merged meals. You can actually detect stacking is prohibited between meals with and without human meat. You can differentiate whether a simple meal has human meat in it and forbid it. Gonna run the 1.3 beta testing? Yes, I am. Not today, though. Saving is temporarily disabled while selecting a world tile at the beginning of the game. Good. Edited the color of the error message log to improve readability. Modern compatibility warnings are now colorblind friendly. Modders can appear on the credits screen. Thank you. Modders deserve credit too. Mods can now define lists of authors instead of just specifying a comma list separation of names. Update language structure. Added debug settings to force normal speed. Optimize map, mesh, and drawing. Redo persona core art. Added a thing category for wool. Maintenance cost factor 100%. Wildlife tab refinements. Blah, blah, blah. Improvements and readjustments. High shields also stop orbital strikes and arrow drone strikes. No! Arrow drone strikes were practically my favorite way of taking out mechs, and now they can stop arrow drone strikes? Oh, the bestowing ceremony is now... That basically means they'll have to like send somebody in to destroy the high shield, then arrow drone strike. That brings up a lot more strategy. Hate that sucks. I hate that. I hate that. Any idea how much the new DLC is? 3. Also, it's coming out on my birthday. Officially released on my birthday. Well, around my birthday. 3 weeks from now. Which... Yep, my birthday is 2 weeks from today. Bestowing ceremony is now a gathering that everyone can attend. I wonder if they get a mood boost. Throne speeches have retooled rituals. Neuroquake lists its duration explicitly in the cast warning message. Unconscious from casting does not scale with sensitivity. Unconsciousness from casting lasts 5 days instead of 3. The negative moodlet to friendly bystander applies whether they are conscious or not. Decrease from -10 to -12. Just had your birthday 24th? Yep. Mine too, the 29th. Mine's on the 19th. Are we all having a birthday soon? Neuroquake only drives pawns berserk within a radius of 60 instead of the entire map. Oh, but that's dumb. They nerfed it so badly. Updated Imperial Grenadier to use plain marine armor instead of Grenadier armor. Okay. NPC shuttle pads now always use concrete or paved tiles as flooring. Okay. Shuttles leave uranium instead of steel when killed. That's weird. They should leave both. Pawns lent to another faction have their wounds tended more completely. Good. Refractored shuttles into generic transport ships. These ships follow a series of jobs controlled by quest logic, UI, and lords. Transport ships are tracked while flying, unloading, and unloading. Adjusted royal apparel colors. Empire pawns spawn with apparel materials that scale to their social rank. So, animal skin, cotton, stuff like that. Okay. I bet the shuttles don't leave steals because of cars. Do cars crash down from the sky? Animatry inspect pane no longer lists duplicates affecting building labels. Safeguard limit population secretly. Modes have been changed from a thing to use. Okay. Mods can use. Yeah, this is just bug fixes. So yeah, that's all super cool, and we will be doing a new. What is smoking behind you? Oh, it's my cooler. it's just a cooler. It's basically a swamp cooler. Keeps me cool here. So yeah, this is really fascinating. There's a lot of new stuff coming. There is the entire update, which is going to have a lot of new stuff for ideology, which is really, really interesting, and I'm really super excited. Gladiatorial combat, like, many more fixes. I mean, a lot of stuff is just boring programming stuff that they can't talk about. So, I am excited in ideology because I really want to see if, like, if you can have colonies like this, that's great. But can you have the reverse, where you have the really nice colonies where where if a visiting person sees you like sacrificing a human or something like that, or having slaves, are they going to have a lowered opinion of you because of it? Because that'd be really cool. That'd be really good. I do like this. Looks like a nature ritual going on here. It looks like they're also wearing hyperweave in their hats, which is weird. I like the fact they seem to have these. I'm gonna call them nymphs. I don't care. I'm gonna tweet Tynan after this and be like, "Hey, why are they called dryads? Nymphs is a much better name." On a decadent Roman-style colony, right? Like, I'm definitely gonna call these nymphs. Nymphs. They're not dryads. They're nymphs. And like, if they do jobs around the colony, like cleaning and the hell. What the hell is my wife listening to? Check the faction interaction pictures. It should show you something. That's the thing. It really doesn't. Like, it really doesn't here. Like, you can see that there's natural goodwill affected by natural enemy. That's all it shows. You can see that there's the thing here, but it doesn't give anything else. It doesn't really show anything else, so you can't. I can't really see how that works. I'm just going to see it in game, but that is very fascinating, and I'm really hoping to see that there's more of a moral system to honestly prevent more of the war crime stuff going on. They can remember good and bad events you do, yes, but what counts as a good or bad event? That's the point. Am I going to get notes all over the place? Am I gonna get my consequences that I've wanted? I've listed down consequences for a mood balance and faction balance depending on whether you agree with their ideology or not. Which would be awesome. I would really, really love that, and I've wanted something like that for years. So it's not just like, you don't have to just roleplay yourself whether your pawns have a positive or not horrific war crime thing. Like, oh yeah, everybody's just happy because everybody harvests organs and has slaves on the rim. I hope it affects that majorly. Yes, I really hope it does. So my voice is going out this early in the day, and I still have to have therapy in an hour. So I'm going to call it a day for this. I went for an hour on this video. I didn't expect it to be, but I'm totally okay with that. The execution, don't care. But like, this is all affecting our people. I don't know if it's going to affect factions. I really hope it affects faction relations. Organ use acceptable. Slavery acceptable. Skulls back desired. This is awesome. This is so many things that I've wanted in the game for years that I've had to go through mods for, or just roleplay them out myself, and it's absolutely awesome. So we're gonna call it a day for this video. Thank you all for watching. If you like what you saw, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube. If you got any comments or things that you're excited about, make sure to comment them in the YouTube comments. Follow on Twitch. Follow me on Twitter, where I'm gonna try and engage Tynan. I'm gonna try it again. He always ignores me. I'm gonna tweet him. I'm gonna tweet Ludeon Studios, and I'm gonna stream the beta cycle. So I'm Omni Rusted. You guys are awesome, and I want you to have a great day. Bye bye.